Taken together, the insights of Habermas and Chomsky provide a robust framework for thinking about communication and its role in our lives. They remind us that communication is not simply a matter of exchanging information, but a complex process involving various social, cultural, and psychological factors. They also challenge us to be more reflective and critical in our communication, aware of the power dynamics at play, and strive for a more democratic and inclusive approach. Ultimately, the communicative approach is not just a theoretical framework, but a practical guide for engaging in more meaningful and ethical communication in our everyday lives. Here are some fundamental principles of the communicative approach and how we can apply them in different contexts. Listen actively and empathetically. One of the most critical aspects of effective communication is the ability to listen. To truly engage in a dialogue, we need to be willing to listen to others with an open mind and empathetic ear. Open-mindedness means putting aside our assumptions and biases and trying to understand where the other person is coming from. We can practice active listening by paraphrasing what the other person is saying, asking clarifying questions, and reflecting on their emotions. Speak clearly and honestly. We must communicate openly and straight on the other side of the equation. Being willing to express our thoughts and feelings, even if they are uncomfortable or unpopular. It also means avoiding jargon or manipulative language and striving for transparency in communication. Be aware of power dynamics. Communication is not always a level playing field. Power imbalances can affect how we interact with others. Whether in the workplace, politics, or personal relationships, we must be mindful of these dynamics and strive to create a more equitable and inclusive communication environment. A more cordial atmosphere may involve amplifying the voices of marginalized groups, challenging harmful stereotypes, or advocating for structural change. Challenge your assumptions and biases. We all have our assumptions and biases that shape how we communicate. To engage in more honest and reflective communication, we need to be willing to challenge these assumptions and consider alternative perspectives. Seek out diverse viewpoints, practice self-reflection, or be open to feedback from others. Value dialogue and mutual understanding. At the heart of the communicative approach is the belief that dialogue and mutual understanding are essential to a healthy and functioning society. Rather than viewing communication as a zero-sum game, where one person wins and another loses, we should strive to engage in a more collaborative and constructive exchange of ideas, such as valuing the perspectives of others, even if we disagree with them, and seeking common ground wherever possible. We can contribute to a more communicative and compassionate society by applying these principles in our own lives. Whether engaging in a difficult conversation with a loved one, advocating for a cause we believe in, or simply trying to understand the world around us, the communicative approach can provide a roadmap for how we can do so ethically and effectively. Summary.
The communicative approach to life offers a robust framework for communication and its role. It emphasizes the importance of dialogue, transparency, and empathy, and challenges us to be more reflective and critical in our approach. We can create a more communicative and compassionate world by valuing mutual understanding and striving for a more equitable and inclusive communication environment.